Gracias por escuchar REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. Smack dab in the middle of Times Square, Ring Magazine, DAZN, Fatal Fury, and His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh. They're bringing a fight card. Manhattan. There's a lot of names and moving parts associated with this venture on Friday, May the 2nd. And what we do know is this card features real-ass fights, competitive matchups from top to bottom. And we'll get into that. RyanGarcia, KingRy, the Rye Guy, in his first post-PED suspension bout against Rolando "Rolly" Romero, or Rollies, as the Rye Guy and De La Hoya refer to him as. We got the return of Devin the Dream Haney versus Jose Ramirez. We got Teofimo effing Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. There was a press conference announcing this date earlier this week. The Rye Guy and Rollies, they're meeting at welterweight. They sparred 8 years ago. The footage is out there. A lot of roughhousing from Rolly. Certainly not Ryan's best day in the gym. And that sparring actually propelled Rollies into the boxing public's conscious. But again, it was 8 years ago. With that said, Rollies, his strategy will undoubtedly be the same. It has to be. I think his ass is getting KO'd either way, but Rolly's only chance of winning is to make Ryan uncomfortable and see what happens. Ryan was subdued at the presser. He was chill, said he was there to do my job and set up this rematch. He was speaking of Dev, of course, the Dev rematch. It was insinuated that Rolly used the sparring footage to boost himself, to clout chase, to which Rolly responded, "If I was clout chasing, he would have had clout at that moment, and he didn't." It was also briefly and strangely noted that Eddie Reynoso will be with Ryan and Fimo, I know Fimo recently acquired the services, but apparently Rye Guy, he's back in cahoots with Reynoso. Don't know what that means for him and Derrick James, but let's table that. Let's table that till later in this video. DevinHaney, Jose Ramirez. It has to be a weird experience to be on the undercard, technically speaking, of the motherfucker that just whooped that ass in your very last fight. That can't be a pleasant experience. Yet that's precisely what DevinHaney is experiencing. This fight will be at welterweight. Dev said he felt good for one fight and then not as good for his second fight, explaining the sudden move from 40 to 47, where he briefly held the WBC title. Of course, Dev was undisputed at 135 also. On paper, the least competitive fight on this card is this one, because Jose Ramirez is done. He's a shell of the former unified super lightweight champion that he was. But does Dev have PTSD from the Rye Guy beatdown? He's convinced himself that it was all a result of PED use on Ryan's part, as if his defense wasn't so bad, he literally allowed a one-handed motherfucker who he's known since childhood to whoop his ass, nearly stopping him with the aforementioned one hand. So there's a bit of delusion here with Dev, and at least publicly, he hasn't accepted the fact that he got flat out dominated his last time in a boxing ring. So you have to wonder where he is with all of that, which gives Jose Ramirez at least a sliver of a chance. How will Dev react and behave if Ramirez makes it rougher than expected? How is Dev's punch resistance? Inquiring boxing minds gots to know. Then Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza. There's a level of pathetic desperation to Fimo these days. Some look at me type of shit. He's dangled Boots Ennis out there. He almost had a fight signed with Subriel Matias. Richardson Hitchens was talked about. TerenceCrawford, he's been mentioned. Fimo's talking this monkey shit, bananas and potassium whenever black fighters come up. He may or may not have sent a box of such to Keyshawn Davis before Keyshawn's title-winning effort versus Baranchik. Just unnecessary, unwarranted racial shit from Fimo. The type of shit that nothing good ever comes from. And then when Bud Crawford checks him face to face, oh, I was just promoting. Shit ain't cute or creative or the least bit funny, and nor is it making folks any more willing or interested to see Fimo fight. After all, we got a damn New Yorker in Times Square, middle of Manhattan, a damn New Yorker, only motherfucking belt holder on this card, fighting in the co-main event. Not the co-main event, the co-main event in your damn city. You're not even the third wheel, bruh. You're the spare tire in the fucking trunk. You're the fucking donut, bruh. Now, Barboza, he's no gimme here. And the way Fimo's performed of late, coupled and juxtaposed with Barboza's recent activity, wins over Jose Ramirez. Another win over Jack Catterall. That makes this arguably the most competitive fight on the bill. Now, getting back to Eddie Reynoso, taking that off the table, is he really with the Rye guy again? Did I just mistakenly hear that? Did someone misspeak at the presser? Like, what's up with that? Everyone tired of Fimo's unintelligent, nonsensical press conference rants, none more so than the Rye guy did. So the idea of Ryan and Fimo sharing the services of Eddie Reynoso to be on the same fucking card, they ain't fighting each other, but on the same card, that's kind of off to me, but whatever. We'll unpack that later. And we'll cover more of this card as we round into April and then to May. But it's a for sure can't miss, especially if Turkey a la Sheik makes it as affordable as his last couple cards. REED-BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fisticards. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.